With a staggering 20 seasons on the air, NCIS has inspired a number of offshoot series. With its September 2021 debut, NCIS Hawaii holds the distinction of being the only NCIS spinoff that wasn't, and its female lead, Vanessa Lachey, has a lot of adventures she is yet to undertake. We're here to give you some detail about this fan's favorite. Stay tuned to find out more. To begin with, let's break it down. Since the Mothership series' 20th anniversary, the NCIS team have taken on hundreds of cases, so the writers of new episodes must be inventive with each new offshoot. Imagine coming up with a whole different story for each episode. It can get a tad bit hard, but in a recent interview with PopCulture, the showrunners of NCIS Hawaii, Nash and Christopher Silber, discussed exactly how they chose the cases for Vanessa Lachey's Tennant and her crew to investigate the ever-stunning Hawaiian islands that we have come to love so much. In addition, the executive producers explained why they decided against replicating what Hawaii 5-0 and Magnum PI did in the Hawaiian Islands. Now, here's the thing. In order to solve a case, instead of local or other federal authorities, NCIS has always had to discover a means to link criminal activity to the Navy. In the writer's room, Silber, who also worked on NCIS and NCIS New Orleans, said that they frequently look for an intriguing case before finding a way to tie it to the Navy or the Department of Defense. The stories will sometimes take readers a little farther away, but other times they will stay very much within the world of stuff that the current NCIS works with on a daily basis. No matter how far the story takes us, we know one thing for sure: we'll always have a soft spot for Vanessa's adventures. That's not all, folks. Silber emphasized that the true NCIS is that they are a very adaptable law enforcement agency. Rumor has it that even the FBI can't match what the Navy does. Did you know that they deal with counterterrorism, counterintelligence, and espionage, among other things? So, as a result, they have many opportunities to share a variety of captivating tales. The expansion of the franchise to Hawaii also increases the likelihood of international cases. This was demonstrated in the conclusion, which moved the action to the Philippines. Silber said that was a little challenging for NCIS New Orleans to do. What's more, Nash emphasized the sizable joint base Pearl Harbor Hickam, where thousands of people are employed. According to Nash, who also worked on NCIS New Orleans, it is a good-sized community, which is going to lead to more potential for other kinds of crimes. He added that they had a sizable workforce, contractors, etc., spread out around the island, so even if you only consider the Hawaii-related offenses, it does increase the scale of the crimes. And of course, it's not like the rate of crime is seeing a decline. They appear to be getting bigger by the day. Coming up, here's another side of things. Setting a concert in Hawaii has just one potential drawback. The show aired 2 years after Hawaii 5-0 ended and shortly after the Magnum PI relaunch on CBS ended. According to Nash, they didn't even really worry about arriving so soon after 2 other shows with the Hawaii setting ended. In contrast to merely attempting to come up with the element that makes it uniquely yours or that you are enthusiastic about, Nash claimed that it's more challenging to develop or write something if you're doing so in order to avoid something. So with a lot of enthusiasm for what this program may be, they sort of proceeded forward. The only time they said they couldn't do something because Hawaii 5-0 had already done it was in isolated cases. Nash only offered one example: ditching a dog because the Hawaii 5-0 character had one. Now, just a quick suggestion. You can all stream the first season on Paramount+. It's also on DVD, which has a 45-minute collection of featurettes, a joke reel, and deleted or extended scenes. While we're on the topic of NCIS, let's talk crossovers. Many of you might be surprised, but the NCIS franchise has never done a crossover combining 3 shows and Vanessa Lachey, the star of NCIS Hawaii, would love to see that happen. We would too, Vanessa. In an exclusive interview with PopCulture, Lachey stated it would be great for the NCIS Pearl Harbor headquarters to welcome NCIS and NCIS Los Angeles agents. Wilmer Valderrama, Katrina Law, Diona Reasonover, and Gary Cole all made appearances on NCIS Hawaii in Season 1, which marked the start of a crossover with the Mothership series. The Los Angeles crossover is unknown, but Lachey claimed she would for sure love to collaborate with LL Cool J and his team. Lachey informed us that both the DC office and the LA office must travel to Hawaii for a piece they must write about a national security crisis. What's more, they must all determine what is happening at Pearl. So who's excited about all the possibilities? We know we are. Scott Gemmell, the executive producer of NCIS Los Angeles, informed TV Line that there had been discussions about a significant crossover before we spoke with Lachey. Apparently, it merely involves logistics. If we were going to do it, we'd want to do it over all 3 series. Doing one crossover with one show sort of feels like you're leaving somebody out, he stated. What's more, Gemmell has already discussed it with the other showrunners. Yup, you heard us right. And guess what? Everyone seems to be on board. The only difficulty that remains now is practicality. The family of agents that serve as the the foundation of each of the 3 NCIS shows gives them all a distinctive look and feel. According to Lachey, everyone's so different and special and give such diverse narratives, but they do have the convenience of Hawaii, notably Oahu and Pearl Islands, and the island of Hawaii. Even though both the people who live on the island and the military have been nice to them, there is no doubt that both groups respect each other. Jane Tennant, played by Lachey in Hawaii, is the first female squad leader in the history of the NCIS program. Lachey doesn't take the distinction lightly. She said that she's discovered her strength in being able to command the respect, dignity, and attention of not only the Navy and her employees, but also her family and co-workers. Needless to say, we couldn't be more proud of her. Now on to some other news that might interest you. First up, Vanessa Lachey finally addressed the elephant. The actress has been pretty open about how her marriage to Nick Lachey was affected by his very public divorce from Jessica Simpson. The 98-degree sinker was married to Simpson for 3 years before beginning a romance with Vanessa. They got married in 2002. The singer and Nick co-starred in the reality series Newlyweds, Nick and Jessica, from 2003 to 2005, when they were still dating. In November 2005, they made their separation known to the world, and they divorced in 2006. 6 couples are given ultimatums in their relationships in Netflix's newest dating series, The Ultimatum: Marry or Move On, hosted by Vanessa and Nick, since one of them is prepared for marriage and the other is not. The 6th episode of the new dating series saw the participants getting ready to reunite with their first partners, and Vanessa used the occasion to think back on her relationship with Nick and the effects of his divorce. Vanessa said that Nick's highly public marriage and divorce were extremely hard for them to deal with. She stated that at the beginning of their relationship, he was in a very public marriage and a very public divorce, and she had to go through a lot, but we're glad she's in a good place now. Next up on our news radar, we have a theory that we'd like to discuss. NCIS Hawaii's much-awaited return to television with Season 2 excited viewers. While Jane Tennant's, aka Vanessa Lachey's, story ended on a positive note, this may no longer be the case as producer Christopher Silber hinted at a major dilemma looming for the character. Yikes. Christopher Silber, who is in charge of the show, said that they wanted Season 1 to end on a happy note and give people a sense of ohana. What's more, Jane Tennant places a lot of value on her family, which in many ways consists of both her personal and professional families. For Season 2, of course, they need to slightly challenge that, he hinted. After all, not every happy family comes without its challenges, and Tennant must deal with a son who is approaching adulthood and may soon leave the nest. What do you think of this new theory? Lastly, let's take a look at one little untold truth about NCIS Hawaii. The fact that NCIS Hawaii is part of the wider NCIS world doesn't change the fact that it's set out to do things a bit differently. However, co-creators Christopher Silber, Jan Nash, and Matt Bosick wanted to make sure the program could stand on its own. Yes, there's still crime fighting and team building fans have come to anticipate from the franchise. The show always talks about how different the team is, and many people are interested in the not-so-secret relationship between Kate Whistler and Lucy Terra, which is another first for the franchise. Since a show like NCIS Hawaii literally requires a village to produce, there is a wealth of behind-the-scenes information to be discovered, and we, being the ever-loyal soldiers, are here to give you all the nitty-gritty. That's a wrap. Let us know in the comments below what you think of NCIS Hawaii. Do you have any theories for the next season? Hit like and click that subscription button, and we will be back with another video soon. Bye.